Valley Softball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Tallahassee, Florida, where they're partying in the parking garage, camped out just above the lawn, and ready for Florida State's last stand as the 5th-seeded Seminoles try to survive against 12-seed Texas Tech. Could be the last game in Garnet and Gold for Michaela Edenfield. Could be a coronation for Texas Tech this year under Nigeri Kennedy, with the Red Raiders 1 win away from their first ever World Series appearance, led by the bat of Kennedy and the arm of Kennedy, who homered and threw a 79-pitch shutout. So Texas Tech is a win away from advancing to Oklahoma City, where they would face the winner of Ole Miss and Arkansas. This is the top half of our bracket. The only time all 8 Super Regionals are guaranteed to play on one day, with Florida winning today and Clemson upsetting Texas last night. That sets the scene here in Tallahassee. Kevin Brown, Amanda Scarborough with you, and the stage is set for Texas Tech, which invested a lot into this softball program this year. A new head coach, a brand new roster, and a chance to break brand new ground in OKC.
Yeah, and they have the pitcher to get them there with Nigeri Kennedy, who has so much Women's College World Series experience. But in the circle, we've seen her pitch in the postseason, but this bat, the offense that she's bringing right in the middle of this Texas Tech order is new. She's swinging the bat to the point where this is her 3rd home run in back-to-back weekend. She hit 2 in regionals, 1 last night late in the game to give herself an insurance run. And then, of course, when she is in the circle, she can dominate quickly. Just 4 strikeouts last night, but was super efficient through less than 80 pitches. And with a blister on her finger and potentially 2 games ahead of her today and tomorrow if they move it to Game 3, that efficient outing was super important.
And it's going to be Nigeri Kennedy in the circle. There's that Game 2 question in Super Regionals. Do you start your ace or do you hold her in reserve? Texas Tech is going for the win here with Kennedy, who's got 3 home runs in the tournament this year and a career 1.22 ERA. So Florida State has to bounce back in what's been a season of resiliency off the field, with Lonnie Alameda undergoing breast cancer treatments, and Kennedy Harp suffering a season-ending torn ACL at the end of April. Florida State went nearly 40 days without playing here home at Joanne Graff Field, but through it all, Amanda, they've managed to adjust.
Yeah, they have faced a ton of adversity, but this is a team that responds. They adjust very quickly. I expect them to respond to the adversity that they faced last night against Kennedy and Game 2 today with their season on the line.
What's at stake? The season for Florida State, history for Texas Tech. Red Raiders and Seminoles. First pitch is next. One tweak today, Shelby McKenzie and Hallie Wakecaser flip-flop in the 5 and 6 spots. Michaela Edenfield still in the cleanup spot, looking to continue an exceptional All-American career for Florida State. And no surprise, the Seminoles will face Nigeri Kennedy, the reigning National Player of the Year, off a 79-pitch shutout.
He was very efficient last night, throwing her rise ball through the zone and mixing her changeup. Jerry Glasgow, the head coach of Texas Tech, loved the way that she pitched to contact.
She's jumped back into the nation's lead in ERA at 0.88. 2 hits allowed, struck out 4, walked only 1. And Florida State needs to solve her to keep its season alive. First pitch of the game fouled away by Isa Torres, and at 3:05 local here in the capital of Florida, Tallahassee. We are underway. Isa Torres struck out to begin the game yesterday, just her 5th strikeout of the year. And she fouls another one away on a 93-degree Friday afternoon, May the 23rd, 2025 in Tallahassee, Florida. Nigeri Kennedy and Texas Tech, the Red Raiders in their first Super Regional.
I'm interested to see in this game today, as Nigeri Kennedy throws a pop-up to left field to Elder, if she expands the zone more with her rise ball. 3 pitches right through the zone to Torres with her rise ball, not even having to go up to eye level. It's what we've seen from her all throughout her career, being able to work her rise ball at the letter high, eye high, expand the zone up, and then drop in the changeup down. That changeup is a pitch that she really started to work more last year in her sophomore year when she was National Player of the Year. A pitch her freshman year 2 years ago, she only threw 2% of the time. Now she's throwing that changeup 15% of the time, and her rise ball 6 out of 10 times, and that is her best chase pitch, her rise up in the zone.
Jedi Kurt drops down a bunt. Kennedy, a very good fielder, throws it low and in time over to Lauren Allred for a 2-pitch out. Langeliers had a wonderful game yesterday, reaching base 3 times, played a clean second. Now she squares, drops down the bunt. Apsell lobs to first, and Langeliers does her job, moving the potential first run. Davis down to third.
Good execution. We saw Texas Tech score first in yesterday's game due to an error that actually for Maya Davis is going to go down as a single and then advance to second on the error.
Texas Tech's RBI leader, Lauren Allred, takes low for ball 1. Junior Allred, second team All Big 12er, and another Louisiana transfer. The top 3 in the lineup came over from Lafayette with Jerry Glasgow. Up and in, that hit maybe the bat of Allred, and it's strike 2 on a foul ball.
You can hit the knob of her bat. Right at the knob.
Should say 1-1 after first pitch was low. The junior had a monster regional weekend, and Allred is hit by this one for sure. A hit by pitch for Apsell, the 9th batter she's hit this year, and Tech has him at the corners with 1 out.
To work that inside corner against Allred, not let her hands get extended, and 2 just ride way too far in. Clear hit by pitch. Now a couple of free passes with the great legs of Maya Davis to be able to get down to first and get an extra 60 feet with air, and then hit by pitch.
Well, Texas Tech has a game breaker at the plate in Alana Johnson. A home run last night, and a first pitch rip foul here.
And her home run was on a 1-2 pitch. So she was in swing mode, but got a miss over the heart of the plate. Didn't hit a corner, was up in the zone against a drop ball pitcher, and she just has so much power off of her bat. Had a monster regional last weekend in Lubbock. Bring in the power.
He had Allred steal second. Michaela Edenfield threw and threw it into center to bring in Maya Davis. So same base runners, same situation here. First and third, 1 out. And now an 0-2 count on Johnson, who takes in the dirt. Allred's on the run again, and not sure Edenfield would have thrown through anyway. It's a steal for Lauren Allred.
Yeah, and Jerry Glasgow wanting to advance Allred for a couple of reasons, of course, to get her into scoring position, but to also take off the double play. Florida State, a very quick and tidy infield, but Apsell with her rise ball, more of a fly ball pitcher, less of a ground ball pitcher.
That's a pop-up, shallow left field. Wade Kaser's there. Davis tags from third. Davis is coming home where she's safe. A lightning bolt on a shallow fly to left, and Texas Tech strikes first.
There are so many runners that get to third base that would watch this fly ball in the air, and look how it's so shallow. Wade Kaser gets behind it, perfect position, but this is all speed of Maya Davis. It's how she got on base, and now it's how she scores the first run again for Texas Tech to take an early lead. Wade Kaser again got behind this, made the throw, but it's the speed of Davis that knew she could score on that, and how important it is to score early.
So for the second straight game, Texas Tech uses some small ball and an error for a first inning run, and the Red Raiders this year are 30-1 when putting up a run in the first inning.
Here's Nigeri Kennedy, who can make it more than one.
The last pitch she saw ended up over the right field wall last night. And Kennedy grounds this ball to Torres at short, who ends the inning. Tech is 1 for 11 runners on base in the game. A 3-1 for Elder. Ripped on the ground and up the middle. There's a collision between runner and fielder at short. So Johnson's going to be waved in to score. Alana Johnson crashed into Isa Torres, who was in her way in the running lane. Jerry Glasgow wisely waved her home. She scored anyway, and it's 2-0 Tech.
Even despite running into Torres and getting caught up here, as Torres is just going for a play on the ball, ran right into her. Glasgow sending her the whole way, knowing that he would have obstruction on her side. And Johnson, a lot of time to score. What a slow developing play. I thought that that ball would have gotten in a little bit faster. Coach Alameda wants to talk about it to see if Torres could have potentially made a play on that, or if it should have been runner interference. And so the umpires, more and more I see it, I think it would have been out of her reach.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. There is no obstruction.
Well, no interference. They have never come anywhere close to this. They need one strike. Popped up to all red, and that's going to do it. Nigeri Kennedy and Texas Tech are on to the World Series for the first time.
There's nothing else like celebrating a super regional moment with your teammates, especially when it's something that's never been done before, never been done in a long amount of time. And for Florida State, it just felt like maybe this is going to be the turning point in this super regional, that they were going to get back in it, tie up this game, give themselves a chance to win it. But Nigeri Kennedy is the biggest buzzsaw there is maybe in college softball right now, leading her team to the World Series for the first time in history.
This is what the folks in Lubbock were hoping for a softball program that had no history of sustained success. 6 NCAA tournaments. They put in some serious investment into this program. It started with Jerry Glasgow, and just about overnight, this program turned from an afterthought into a contender. And the Texas Tech Red Raiders, the champions of the Big 12, are the first team to punch their ticket to Oklahoma City and the Women's College World Series. And we will see them there on Thursday. And Florida State's journey this season is over, but Lonnie Alameda's journey continues, and we're all wishing her the best. We are all behind Lonnie, everybody in the softball world, as she continues her fight with breast cancer. And what a fight Florida State showed in the 7th inning. They get the tying run to third with 1 out, and then Nigeri Kennedy induces a couple of foul outs to first.
And this is the out that you'll always remember. You'll look back, you will know exactly where the ball went on the last out to secure your spot in the Women's College World Series. Not easy at all. Florida State made it so difficult in those final innings, but this is why you brought Nigeri Kennedy to Texas Tech. This is why you brought Jerry Glasgow to Texas Tech, so that you get that final out to make it to the Women's College World Series.
Our Capital One rewarding performance is going to be Nigeri Kennedy, who went 14 innings in this series through every pitch of the Super Regional for Texas Tech. and allowed just the 1 run.
And a really gutsy performance back against the wall. It just seems like that's when she gets better. She is used to these moments pitching in the postseason, and today just seemed like another day.
And Nyjah is with us now, taking Texas Tech to the World Series for the first time. Nyjah, a lot of your teammates don't know